Hello YouTubers, welcome back to another video with me, Adam Well Informed. I've got an exciting video for you this week. I have a nasty rash, in particular curb rash. If you don't know already, the Model 3 is incredibly prone to curb rash as the alloys do stick out ever so slightly. I've always said in my review videos that this is a negative for me and I hope for a more forgiving design. I'm not blaming Tesla for the curb damage, it is 100% human error for sure. But I just wish the design was a little bit more forgiving, because if you lose your concentration for just a second, knock a curb with your back wheel, don't bother hoping it's just the sidewall of the tyre, as I'm pretty certain your alloy is taking the hit. I believe it is designed that way so it can sit flush with the aero cap for aero performance. So whether you have the full aero caps on or not, if you or your partner knock the alloys, you can risk getting that filthy rash too. Sorry to spread the bad news. My rear left is absolutely hideous. There is a primary reason for that. The rest of the car isn't too bad, but where you parallel park, the curbs have been there for over 60-70 years and it's never seen a straight line in its life. Long story short, we've reversed and hit it a few times, mainly at the start of ownership, and over time it's just put a pretty huge gouge into the alloy. These wheel covers that I brought are unique, not only because it will hide my existing curb rash, it will also protect my rims from further damage in the future. So you could actually install these purely for aesthetic reasons, but you also get some alloy protection thrown in and you can use them just to hide your own mistakes like I have. I have to keep my intro short and sweet as there's lots to go through. I'm including how and where I paid for it, as they're quite hard to find. You'll need some additional items to complete the look, and how to mitigate the potential issues of these wheel covers, as well as how easy the installation process can be. I have no mechanical background, and if I can do it, I'm pretty sure you could too. It's almost foolproof. Before we get started, like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you like content like this. Let's get into the unboxing part then. So this package is clearly from Amazon, but it's not that simple. There is a dedicated section a little bit later on in the video on how exactly I did it. If you are impatient like my wife, then there's a direct affiliate Amazon link in my bio, but I highly recommend to watch how I bought them later in the video, just so you do it right, especially if you're not resident in the US. In typical Amazon fashion, we have a box in a box. I thought I was playing a solo game of Pass the Parcel as I was opening it, but at least this packaging is recyclable nonetheless. You may even get a sneaky peek of my black Tesla top, but that's irrelevant. In fact, it's widely irrelevant. But as you can see, Mayde Auto, or at least I think that's how you pronounce it, produced these wheel covers, and you'll get all 4 covers individually wrapped in plastic. I was actually amazed that these came all the way from the US in just over 1 week, instead of 2 weeks quoted. In the end, I have to repack these and pop them back in the box because there are more items which I need to complete the look, and that leads me to the next section. What do you need and the prep work required? I literally washed this car like 6 days ago and it's taken an absolute battering from UK winter conditions. I think YouTube legend Bjorn would call this caked on deck schmutz or schmutz. I'm not quite actually sure how he says it, but yeah, it sounds way cooler when he says it. However, because I'm British and I went to Hogwarts, I can simply click my fingers and the dirt just disappears. Pretty neat trick, right? But yes, let me know in the comment section below if the transition was any good. I mean magic, of course. As you can see, the vehicle is all clean. I'll pop a video on the screen if you want to know my cleaning routine. What you effectively need to do is clean the wheels for this. That was the sole purpose of cleaning the car. I also needed to order a mini suction cup because I need to extract my Tesla branded center caps. This may not be needed depending on if you already have the wheel cap installed. Again, I'll detail the reasons in about 10 seconds. Then the last item I brought solely for the wheel caps was insulation tape. I also had the added bonus of plastic stuck at the end of it that ironically looked like Boris Johnson's hair on most days. How bizarre, but there we go. Anyway, everyone will need the wheel cap kit to finish this look off. This will usually include the lug nut covers and the center caps, which we need to help lock the wheel cover in. I will cover where to buy this later on. As you can see, the covers have holes which allow access to the lug nuts, and the center cap actually goes on top of the wheel cover itself, which is why I need the suction cup to extract it from the wheels at the moment. On the back we have little prongs which will click and secure behind each stem of the alloy. Here is a colour comparison of the dark grey against the matte black covers that I have together with an extra few photos, just so you can really get a feel of the colour contrast and an insight into the extent of my Curb Rash wheels. I'll be completely honest, I recorded a YouTube video maybe around 6 months or so ago, and how I tried to fix my own alloy wheels by sanding it down and painting it, but I never publicly released it. Whilst it looks really good close up, I wouldn't recommend trying this if A, you're not confident in putting sandpaper to your alloy wheels, and B, if you have a lot of Curb Rash to attend to. Personally, I came to the conclusion that I had too much for a sandpaper paint patch job. It would have been more beneficial for a professional to do it, but I'm a type git, and this wheel cover method is cheaper and it hides my mistakes. A professional refurb will always be the best option, and it may be something that I do in the future, but I kind of dig this matte black look for now. So let's look at the product itself and where to find and buy everything. These wheel covers I found were exclusively available from Amazon US. I could not find them anywhere else, including the UK Amazon website. They come in 3 colours: gloss black, matte black and gold. I went with the matte black to match the black trim around the car. They cost me just over £200, including duty costs, etc. I have a direct affiliate link in the description of the video, and the link is shortened for ease. But if you're UK or based elsewhere, you can still log into your Amazon account on the US website and acquire it for delivery to your home address, unless it obviously states that your country is not supported. Unfortunately, I can't stop that. However, direct UK delivery is fine, and like I said earlier, it got delivered way earlier than expected. The Amazon product page is worth a read, but it will fit all Model 3s between 2017 and 2021. I also suspect the 2022 variant will work, but they just haven't tested it yet and updated their product page. So if you have a 2022 variant of the Model 3, just keep an eye on the reviews if you want that reassurance. What's so great about this wheel cover is it can cover the Curb Rash by the cover itself extending just an inch or so past it. And I guess every inch counts, especially for this very reason. This then delivers protection and privacy to the perimeter of the alloy. To get the other items, including the suction cup, the Tesla wheel kit and insulation tape, there is a kit list link in the description of the video. I can group up certain accessories on kits, and you can easily click on the affiliate Amazon links for each item, and it should open up your local Amazon website this time. So I got all the other items from the UK Amazon via Prime. Note, please do not use the wheel cover link in kit, as this may only work for US residents. Use the direct Amazon link in the video description for the wheel covers themselves. If they are out of stock, do keep looking. They do get new stock all the time. They do sell out really quickly as well, so you've got to be quick. You're welcome to use my affiliate link anytime, as it helps me and the channel out. Moving on to why I chose the Mayde 18-inch hubcaps. Well, actually I was interested in the Ramtrix Globals. They look awesome, and they claim to give an aero advantage, which is an added bonus to the aesthetics. The problem I had with the Ramtrix Globals was A, they are a bit more expensive, and B, they don't deliver directly to the UK. So logistically, it wasn't possible. After some further research, I then came across the Mayde wheel covers. The design matched the native wheel look, but just in different colours, so I couldn't really argue with that. The price was right, but critically, I could get them delivered directly to my doorstep, so it just ticked all the right boxes to hide the rash, but also look good doing it. When it comes to analysing the negatives of the wheel cover, one of the best ways to do so virtually and ahead of purchasing everything was to look at the written reviews. This review on the screen stuck out to me as the most critical, and that's because the covers can inflict damage on the wheel stems, and that's mainly on removal of the cover. Thankfully, the review also stipulates the solution to this issue, which is to use insulation tape, and now you're probably understanding why I purchased a small roll of it. I was happy to take on the risk knowing that the alloys are messed up, but combined with the insulation tape, this should limit and mitigate the issue occurring. Even so, 81% of the reviews were then 5-star rated, so owners are definitely enjoying these covers. But before I take on the installation, I've decided to put together a quick 30-second comparison montage so you know exactly what you're getting into before you watch how I install them. If you like the new look of my matte black wheel covers, now it is time to run through how I did it. As I already have a Tesla wheel kit installed, I need to remove the center cap, and I'll be using the suction cup to help me. At first I failed. Well, I failed many times. It just wouldn't work. Then I felt the suction cup was a little underwhelming and not up to the job. However, it turns out the knack is I needed more spit and more pressure. Sounds a bit weird me recommending them actions, but it's absolutely true in this scenario. Really push it in as you flick the handle, and this creates the right amount of suction to successfully remove the center cap for future use. Then I take my first wheel cover from the box and use the protective plastic bag to protect the face side of the wheel as I start to tape down the insulation tape. I cut about 1.5 to 2 inch length of the insulation tape and attempt to stick it to the pointy clip that helps secure the cover to the stems. I soon found out, if I was not careful, the insulation tape can and does start to flick up. So I just spend a little bit of extra time applying the additional pressure to help with the installation. Once the tape is done, we can now begin to clip our first cover to the wheel, line up the tyre valve hole on the outside of the cover with the valve itself, and simply apply pressure around each strut to ensure it clips in nicely. It should then make a nice clicking noise once you've done so. Then all we need to do is add the center cap back on top to finish the look, and that's it, piece of cake. When I attempt my second wheel cover installation, I understand now just how important it is to apply a bit of pressure to the insulation tape so I don't get that flick up scenario again. Here is my rear left alloy, and this is the worst alloy of them all, as I mentioned earlier in the video. We add the tape to the prongs of the cover, and then I snap the cover onto the wheel. I then triple check all the stems have successfully been clipped into. But in your opinion, how does the car look with the wheels? Does it look good, or is it too much black in your opinion? So to quickly summarise, do these wheel covers do what they promise to do? For me, its primary function was to hide the curb rash and look good doing it. They do feel a little bit cheap at first, I can't deny that, but they soon look the absolute part when it's actually on. If in future they get damaged, I can buy another set and replace the dodgy cover, but it would be more ideal if they did sell the covers individually too, just for this exact purpose. However, I'm really enjoying this refreshed look of my Tesla Model 3. And best of all, I've got my wife's approval, which is better than any Amazon review and potentially surpassing my own opinion. Therefore, I'm really pleased with how this all turned out. Please do drop the comment Mayde if you got this far in the video. Anyway, that's it from me this week. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video with your friends and family. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.